everyone. How's everyone today? Welcome to Commercial Farming, the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, just finished up my coffee and it is 5 o'clock in the morning and we've got some planting to do and we've got some mulching to do. It looks like it's going to be a pretty day. So, yeah, let's make the most of it. So, let's get up here. These two fields on our right here, we're going to start off planting them. Now, they've been mulched. And, actually all four of these fields have been mulched. And we're ready to roll. So let's pull off here. Let's get this guy rolling. Alright, I've already got these guys programmed in from the last time we planted. So basically all we have to do is just tell them to go to work. To be honest about it, that's it. All right. Now, like I said, it is 5 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, they've got their headlights on, and All right, let's let this guy go, and let's get in this guy. And we'll start him. And let's just tell him to go to work. All right. So how's everybody today? Well, I'll tell you what, my last video, I know some of you have watched it, and thank you so much for watching it and commenting and everything. It was kind of a long video, but we harvested 3,500 acres of soybeans. Yeah. Well, that was a 12-hour harvest, as you know. And the very next day, I went in and harvested the second half of that field, which was another 3,500 acres and another 12 hours. So, yeah, that was in 2 days. That was about 24 hours of steady harvesting. So, yeah, I was kind of tired. Oh, yeah. We can jump out of this guy and come back here and see what we're doing. Make sure everything is good. Of course, we'll have to turn our HUD back on. But it looks like we're planting corn, and we're 100% fertilized with 100% yield bonus. So, oh yeah, very good. These guys are going to skip a row, and then they'll come back, and pick up all the rows that they skipped. And it shouldn't take them too awful long. So what we're going to do is go down here and get in our pickup, and we're going to go up and get our guys started mulching over there on that 3,500 acre field. So I'll see you in just a little bit. All right. Well, we're on our way up to where these tractors are at. And, the same with these tractors. I've already got them programmed in. Basically, all we're going to do is just tell them to go to work and make sure they do the right thing. Now, the field right there on our left is the one that we're going to mulch. And yeah, it's a big field, but thankfully, now we've got 3 tractors that's going to be working in this field, and I pull them with big old John Deeres, the mulchers, mainly because whenever they get at the end of the field, now they're pulling these mulchers pretty fast. So whenever they get at the end of the field, it takes some weight to stop them, because it's not that they're that hard to pull, but they're hard to stop. So anyway, with the bigger tractors and more weight, they can handle them at the end of the field whenever they go to turn around, because them big mulchers that we use, they'll push the tractors around and everything if you don't have enough weight. So yeah. So anyway, we're getting up here, and we'll just pull off over here on the side and get out and go get them running. Alright, now we are going to have to pull our HUD back up. So this guy's already programmed in. Basically, we just tell him to go to work. Alright, now we're going to let him get a little farther ahead, because we don't want any problems whenever they go to turn around. Now if you notice, number 1 harvester, his position was 1 left, and we're running 3 tractors. So number 2's position is going to be center. So he's in the center of them. Alright, well, let's tell him to go to work. And then number 3, his position is 1 right. So yeah. So we'll let number 2 get a little far ahead, and it just helps whenever they turn around down there. They don't get in one another's way and cause crashes, and so all right, let's tell number 3 to go to work. Looks like he's got it figured out. But yes, that's the reason I pull these mulchers with such big tractors, is because whenever they get at the end of the field, now they'll be pulling these things about 20 miles an hour. They move on with them. I mean, basically all they're doing is mulching the ground. And there's not a whole lot of ground there. I mean, not a whole lot of anything to mulch. So yeah. And basically, we've talked about this before, to be honest about it. If it wasn't because the game says you got to do it, we wouldn't even be mulching this field. We'd just plant it, with a direct drill planter and call it good. And at the end of the day, it would be good. But FS22 says, "Thou shalt mulch." So that's what we're doing. So anyway, these guys are going great. Let's go up there and catch the number 1 harvester. Yep, he's doing good. So what we'll do is we'll just keep an eye on these guys. There's really nothing for us to do other than keep an eye on them, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And now we've got 5 tractors running in 2 different fields, so yeah. Watching after them, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, sometimes can be a chore. But these guys are running on Courseplay. And that's about all we've got planned for today. But let's go back over now and let's check on our guys that's planting corn and see how they're making out. All right. Well, it looks like they're doing a good job. As you can see, they're skipping a row. Oh yeah, doing a great job. So now we can go over, all of our farm right now is planted. What we're harvesting, let's put it that way, what we're harvesting is all soybeans. Because basically all of our big fields were planted in soybeans. And the soybeans were 100% fertilized. And we've got a 100% yield bonus on all of our soybean fields. Now the reason we're planting corn is for crop rotation. So when we harvest again, all these big fields again, then it'll all be corn. And we're going to find out how we come out on that. Corn adds up faster than soybeans. So even though soybeans pays better per liter, there's not as many liters. You understand what I'm saying there? So let's go and look. All right, let's come down here. Soybeans, we have got 46,018,652 liters of soybeans right now. And we've got at least one more field to harvest before we can sell. Because right now, and this is the reason we've put all this in here, right now you see what soybeans are selling for. All right, we go down here and look, and the highest that they're going to sell for is in June. All right, and look what they'll sell for. $3,585 right there. That's $1,000 more, over $1,000 more than what the current price is. So that's why I put it all in storage and then wait for a good time to sell it. But also, if you look at the price, like the everyday price of soybeans, and then you go down here and you look at what corn sells for, yes, it's considerably less. Now, if you wait until it tells you to sell it in December, it's a little more. It's a little more. So we're going to wait, and we're going to find out. We'll harvest all this corn. We'll find out how many liters we end up with, and we may come out ahead. You never know. So anyway, I'll get back with you when we get a little farther along. All right. Well, these guys are doing great. Everybody got turned around the way they needed to, and all they're doing now is they've just got a long, easy job of getting this all mulched down. Just, they lock on the GPS, tell them where they need to be, and they give it the gas, and away they go. It's an easy job, really. But anyway, I was going to share a little story with you. How many of you lived on farms whenever you were young? Leave me a comment. How big was your farm? Did you enjoy farming as a child? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd be interested in hearing. Now myself, I was not raised on a farm. We had family members that had farms, but my family, my immediate family, we did not have a farm. So the farming experience that I got as a small child was all given to me by family members. So I didn't have the opportunity to learn as much as some kids do. But I remember I was about 10 or 11 years old, and one of our neighbors, they had pigs and cows and chickens, and they had all kinds of stuff. May have had a few goats, but anyway, one, I don't know, I think it was November, I think it was, one of their sows had a litter of pigs. Well, no big deal, right? Yeah, well, she had more pigs than what she could take care of. So there was one pig that was called a runt, and those of you that's lived on a farm or know anything about a farm, you know what a runt is. They're small. A lot of farmers don't mess with them, unfortunately, and I guess I can understand. They don't have the time, and the expense. Whenever you're dealing with a runt, it's just a lot of time and expense. And if you don't have time, you just don't have time to mess with them. That's unfortunate, I understand. Well, like I said, we had known these people for a long time, and they called, and it was about 9 o'clock in the evening. And they said, hey, and they told us the story about it. We've got a runt, and if you want this runt, you're more than welcome to him. Come over and get him. So, my mom asked me, she said, well, I don't have time to take care of it. Would you like to take care of it? Which she was talking to me. And I said, well, yeah, as a 10 or 11-year-old boy, absolutely. I want a pig, sure. I was just happy as I could be about it. And so we had to go get that thing. Now I'm all excited. And you know how kids are. I don't know about you, but everything that is in the household or on the farm, according to me, has to have a name. Yeah, I know you guys you think I'm loony, and I am, I guess. But anyway, everything I tell you is a true story. So, on the way over to get this pig, I'm thinking, the perfect name for that pig is Chester. That'll be a perfect name. So, on the way over there, my mother was explaining to me how I was going to have to take care of this pig. We were going to have to feed that pig, or I was going to have to feed that pig with a baby bottle. I said, what? Say what? She said, yeah, it's a baby. It's going to have to be fed with a baby bottle, and it's got to be fed numerous times a day. Yeah. All right. Well, I can do this. Yeah, I'm this big farmer now. I've got a pig coming. You know, I got this. So we got there and we picked up this pig, and so right off the bat, you know, I named this pig Chester, only to find out, you know, that it wasn't a boy. No. This was a female baby pig, and so I said, well, if I can't name, if it isn't a he, I'll name her Chestine. And that's what I did. It was Chestine. So anyway, you know, got that pig home, and I kept that pig in my room. I know some of you say, "Oh my Lord." Well, you know, it really wasn't that bad. I laid newspaper down and actually taught this pig to use the bathroom. It was over in the corner of my room, and we had concrete floors, so the pig was not going to be destroying hardwood floors or carpet or anything like that, you know. But that pig learned to use the bathroom over on that paper or cardboard or whatever I had, and it was probably about a 4 or 5 foot area that I laid cardboard or paper on, and that pig would use the bathroom there. Of course, I had to keep it cleaned up, you know, and that was quite an ordeal, especially for a 10 or 11-year-old kid. But then I fed this pig with a baby bottle with a milk supplement, you know, that you mix with water. And then the pig grew and grew, and there finally came a day that the pig is too big to be in the house. I mean, we're looking at, I guess when we finally moved that pig out of the house and into a pen outside, she was probably 40, 45 pounds, which really didn't take that long. You know, pigs grow fast. And she grew into a big sow. I mean, a big sow. And later came the choice of, well, you know, it's time for you to learn what you do with these pigs and why we have them. And I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, okay, what are we going to do? And my mother said, well, you know, we need to have this pig butchered. Well, now, you know, I'm going to tell you something. As a kid, whenever you are just learning, that's kind of a hard choice to swallow. You know, you raise this thing from a bottle. It's got a name, you know, and now you're talking about eating this thing. But anyway, that was a large thing to learn at a younger age, and we did. We had that pig butchered, made some mighty fine pork chops, let me tell you. But yes, I'll never forget raising that pig in my room in the house with a baby bottle, and that thing survived. It was no longer a runt, it turned into a big pig, a good sized hog. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And like I've said many times, these are just my stories. They don't mean nothing to anybody other than me. They're just memories of things in my life that I just kind of thought you may you may enjoy hearing about. So, but anyway, we're going to let these guys get on with it. They are doing a great job, and this guy is our #1 tractor, and they're skipping a row, and it won't take them long, and they will be across this field. So I'll get back with you when we get a little farther along. All right, well, we're back with a little bit of an update. This guy in the lower field, he has reached the end of the field, and now he is coming back and picking up the rows that he skipped. So they're well on their way to finishing these 2 fields. Now we can go and look at the other tractor, and there we are. He has reached the end of the field, and he also will be coming back and picking up all the rows that he skipped. So anyway, yeah, we're getting right along. Won't be long, we'll have these 2 fields done. Now we can bring the HUD up and go look at what our other guys over in the other big field are doing. It's easier to see their progress this way because the field is so massive, and you can't really tell, what they're doing. They're mulching, but you can't really tell unless you bring this HUD up, and then you can see where they've been, the rows that they've skipped. Now the purple is just harvested land, and of course the brown is where they've mulched. So yeah, they're skipping a row, and they're coming right on across this field. So we can jump in one. Well, let's jump in one, and we can tell they're just getting right along. So this is your #1 tractor. The others are right behind, but the field is so massive that you can't see the end of the field. You're just out in the middle of nowhere. And that's why GPS and that is so necessary on big commercial farms. You can't see the end of the field. They're huge. So, but anyway, they are doing a great job, and we're just going to let them get on with it, and we'll get back with them as soon as they get a little farther along. All right, well, these guys are just about to get these fields planted. As you can see, this guy's got the rest of this row and one more, and he'll be done. We can jump over into the next one. Wrong way. And we can see he's got the rest of this row and 2 more rows to go, and he'll have this field planted. And all together we're looking at about 840 acres, something like that, maybe 820 acres. I don't have an exact number because all 4 of these fields up here, if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, all 4 of these fields up here, they used to be one field, and that field was 1,700 and I forget now what it was. So we can jump out and take a look. All right, let's turn the HUD on. It was 1,788.86 acres. So if you say, okay, if you divided divided it into 4 different fields, you took up some of that acreage. So if you just round it off and call it 1,600 acres, divided by 4 is 400 apiece. So yeah, at best, or at least, we're looking at 800 acres amongst these 2 fields that we've got planted. Now let's go and check on our other guys over there that's mulching. All right, here they are. You can see. Now this is a huge field, and you know, I'm not going to keep you through all this because it's just absolutely huge. If you watched my video on harvesting it, this is the field that we harvested, the 3,500 acres. And the field next to it down here is another 3,500 acres. So yes, that was 24 hours of harvesting for me. Now, I mean, I harvested this one, and the next day I came back and harvested this one. This one I filmed, or I videoed. This one I did not. So we can jump into him. And as you can see, I should say, as you can see, that you can't see because you're out in the middle of this field. You can see a little bit of the side over there where they're getting close to getting to the end of the field over there. But then they'll have to turn around and come back and do all the rows that they skipped. So, yeah, there's that. But anyway, if you like this content, please go down there and give me a like. I'm reminding you, and we've talked about that. I'm just merely reminding everybody because I know I forget. If I'm watching a video and I'm into the video, I forget all about going down and clicking that like button. And I know that some of you are just as guilty as I am of it. So I'm just reminding you. Go down and hit that like button now before you forget. And you do us both a big favor. I mean, that hitting the like button does a lot for the YouTube algorithms. So anyway, but I think we are going to call this a day because I don't want to drag it out any longer than it needs to be. And I don't want you guys to get bored with me. This is commercial farming, and that's just the way it is. It's long, hard days, repetitious farming, you know, and it just goes on and on and on. So, and it seems like your days run together because that's planting season, it's harvest season, it's just crazy. So, but anyway, I would like to thank each and every one of you for all the views and likes that I have gotten on my videos. You guys are awesome. And I really appreciate the fact that you like my videos. So, but anyway, I think we're going to call this a day. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching.